Greetings, everyone. Hope all is well. My name is Candace G. Smith, your master healer, teacher, spiritualist, life coach, author, blah, 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 whatever. You guys already know. Anyways, I'm here to do your summer solstice reading. This is a reading that's going to be happening starting tomorrow. Okay, so I'm doing a reading today, but it's a prediction from June 21st, which is tomorrow, all the way through September 23rd, 2019. This is what's going to be happening with you. These are going to be your lessons, your blessings, your challenges, your rewards, all kinds of stuff. What I would highly recommend before you move past this introduction is that you find out what group you're in. There are 4 groups of people. There are 4 categories. I like doing these group readings because they're the most accurate. I'm actually directly channeling from source, from spirit, from the universe, from the planet. So I'm actually channeling direct messages as to what's going to be happening for each category of people that are going to be going through different things. Okay, we're all in different stages in our life, so we're not going to all be going through the same things, but there are 4 groups of people that are going to be going through situations that are very similar over the summertime. The way I like to, and I will highly, again, I can't make you guys do anything, but if you want an accurate reading as to have an idea as to how and what's going to be happening for you this summer, I would highly recommend that you either use what we call a pendulum, or you can use a necklace. It just has to be a string with something heavy at the bottom. So it could be a shoestring with a rock tied to the bottom. It could be whatever. As long as it's something that's like a string that has something heavy at the bottom. I love my pendulum because it's just magical and I just love it. I don't really use it too often unless I'm doing like healing sessions or whatever. This is what you're going to do. This is I highly recommend this, again, before you move further. I don't feel like it's going to be a bad summer for people. However, I do feel like there's going to be some lessons. And a lot of times we as humans don't like to hear bad news. We don't like to hear things that are negative. And if we automatically hear something negative, we're automatically like, oh, that's not going to happen to me. Oh, that ain't me. That's not me. But it might be you, and you might have to learn something. So what I would highly recommend, again, is before you even listen to the reading, stop this video after the introduction and ask yourself intuitively what group and category I'm in, so you can have an accurate reading, so you can know how to move forward past it. Okay, this is what I like to do. First, I like you to bless it. So whenever you get after you pause the video, get your pendulum or your string or your necklace. Again, it could be whatever, as long as it's a heavyweight. Hell, like I even have here, like I have earphones. It's a string it's something heavy. Like it could be anything. Seriously, I swear to God. And I've already placed the energy into this video where it's going to work for you. So no matter how low your vibration is, no matter where you are in your spiritual journey, this will work for you because I already placed the energy into this video to make sure that you get the accurate answer. All you're going to do is you're going to place your pendulum or whatever you use into your right hand, place your left hand over it, and you're just going to say a prayer. You're going to ask your highest power, whether it's Jesus, it's God, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, whomever you consult with, universe. You're going to go ahead and place your left hand over your right hand and ask for complete love and guidance, truth and accuracy to be able to know and understand what you need to understand from this reading. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your pendulum or whatever you're using and you're going to hold it still. Be still. I would recommend you place your elbow like on a desk or something, like a table or something, so you won't move your hand. What you're going to do, and this will work, you're going to ask in your head, am I in group 1? If the pendulum does not move, you're not in group 1. You're going to ask, am I in group 2? If it does not move, it's not your group. You're going to ask the same question for group 3 and 4. Whenever the pendulum does move, like in a circular motion or goes back and forth with that category, that's what group you're in. And I would highly recommend that you focus on that group's message, okay? Again, I'm going to be giving 4 different groups messages as to what's going to be happening, 4 different predictions based off of what's going to be happening between the 21st of this month through September 23rd. Whenever your pendulum moves based off of that category, that's what group you're in, and I would highly recommend that you listen to that, okay? Thank you so much for listening to my message, the reading. I'll leave all my contact information if you want to follow me. My IG, my YouTube, my Facebook, everything will be in the description. So I hope you guys bless and enjoy, and let me know what you think. Take care. Bye. Greetings, everyone. Hope all is well. My name is Candace G. Smith, and I'm here to do your summer solstice reading. So this is between June 21st, which is tomorrow, Saturday the 21st, 2019, all the way up until September 23rd, 2019. This is what your summer is going to be like. Again, before you proceed any further, I highly, strongly recommend that you do the exercise that I had suggested, so you can know what group you're in specifically, because a lot of people, again, if they hear something that they don't like or they don't want to hear, they reject it, and then you won't learn the lesson. So in these readings, what comes out is your lessons. Like whatever's hidden, whatever's in the shadow, whatever you're not seeing for yourself or hearing for yourself or realizing for yourself, it comes out. But yet, if you don't particularly like what you're being told, what ends up happening is that you reject it. So I highly recommend that you please, again, try to place your ego aside and allow yourself to find out what group and category you're in first prior to actually receiving the message, so you can know how to handle it and move forward. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I have all 4 groups already on my board here, and I'm going to read the energy based off of the crystal alignment. If you're in group 1, this is your current situation. This is what you've been going through probably from the beginning of this year all the way up until now. If you're in group 1, you've likely been going through a situation where it's been like unsatisfactory situations when it comes down like to business, to money, maybe property. It's like been disappointments. It's just like, so from January 1st, when this new cycle of 2019 had began, it seems like you guys have been going through disappointments. It's like, maybe like nothing is going right. Like, what's going on? And there's been like, it's been unsatisfactory situations. Like, it's almost like been like one thing after another. Again, what's coming up is money, business, property. Not so much relationships, but you might be feeling like very threatened and very fearful in a financial, with your finances are, right now you feel threatened with your finances. You're unsure about your finances, and you're probably a person that needs to have stability, but right now you're threatened. You're like, what is going on? I need to make sure my money's good. It's not good. Something's not happening. Something's not right. Okay, so that's what you've been currently going through. So if you have chosen this group and you can actually recognize this and you actually understand it, this is for you. Okay, so group 1, this is starting from tomorrow, June 21st, 2019 through September 23rd, 2019. All right. So how you guys are positioned, it looks like here you guys feel almost a sense of, it's like a depletion, a sense of feeling tired, a standstill, unknowing, what do I do next? I don't know what to do. It's almost like a chicken with its head cut off. So you guys are running around in a circle with like no head. You guys are definitely you're in a place where it's no rest. Your mind is going a million miles an hour. A lot of you guys are probably teachers, which means you're probably very logical people. You're very logical. You're really into, okay, what it looks like is what it is. You're not so much into, okay, well, I'm going to have faith. You're not people who really have a lot of faith. You're people who, what it looks like is what it is. What I see is reality. It's not what I feel and know, is what I see is my reality. What's going to happen over the summer is this. Between June 21st and September 23rd for group 1 people, category 1 people, something will snap within you, and you will be definitely motivated to make great achievements. You've been forced into it. You're at a place right now where you've been forced into it. Like, you had no choice. You're at a place right now where you have been probably on that ledge of jumping off of a cliff, but something inside of you was like, no, I have to do something else. I have to do better. Again, this is between June 21st in September 23rd. So it may or may not happen yet, but something's going to snap inside of you because you're going to kind of get out that. It's like right now you guys have made yourselves complete victims. Like you're complete victims right now, where it's like you're like, what am I going to do? You're in a very dark place. You may not have lost anything. I don't feel like with you group one people that you've lost anything major. But something's going to you actually have a crossroads coming, probably towards the second week of July. So towards mid-July, you have a crossroads. It's almost like the universe is going to give you the opportunity to come out of this. And if you make the right choice and go in the right direction, you will succeed and you will actually receive back, a great inheritance. You'll actually receive a great inheritance. It'll actually be more than what you expected. But you have to come out of this state of like depression and guilt. Like you're in a dark place right now and it sucks, but it's holding you back too as well. So it's going to be very imperative for you. Okay. If you're in group 2, what you likely have been through recently. But group 2 guys, you guys are good. You guys are actually, you've been going through some great things. So between now and the beginning of the year, you've had an inflow of money. Nothing's really stopped for you. Like you've actually have been okay. Everything's been balanced. There's no major, there's some small obstacles, but nothing really major that you can't come over. Like you guys have actually been really, really good. Your money hasn't stopped. You had a flow. You had consistency. But what's happening for you guys, what's coming is, so what's coming for you guys in group 2 is that basically something's going to slow down and stop. So you guys have had a consistent flow. Everything's been great for you. You've had a consistent flow, but something is slowing down for you. There's a postponement, that there's a delay here. And it's about your money. It's about your money. You guys have actually had pretty good money. Like you guys have had a great flow of it's a great flow of finances. There hasn't been like any major, like again, very small obstacles, but you guys are almost like, some of you guys are taking it for granted. You've become kind of like entitled. There's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, you still have to have a sense of humility and a sense of gratitude. And some of you guys have forgotten your gratitude. It's like being grateful for what you have, being grateful for where you came from. Because some of you guys who are in this position have been in a place where you were at your lowest, but then you came out of it and your finances and abundance began to flow again, but then you forgot where you came from. Some of you guys are going to have a pretty rough summer. So those that are in group 2, you started the year off running 1,000,000 miles an hour. Everything was great. Everything was financially abundant. No issues, no problems. Everything seems to be absolutely perfect, but yet you have a rude awakening because some of you guys have taken for granted what you had as a blessing and lost your humility. And now you're going to have to reap the consequences behind that. And you will lose. Things are going to be taken away from you to teach you that it's not all about you. It's not all you. Some of you guys are in this state, I can feel like almost like, well, I did this by myself. I did this, I did that. Which partially, yes, but it's only like 50% of that. So it's halfway. And so in group 2, you guys have had a great year so far. Great year. Between the beginning of the year and now, you've had a great year. No obstacles, no major issues, but yet you're getting ready to have a rude awakening and things are going to be taken away from you. And the people that are going through what you're about to go through are coming out. It's like the opposite is beginning to happen. So there's anxiety, sleeplessness, and there may be depression. So you guys have to kind of figure that out. Express gratitude, figure out the lesson behind it. But that's how your summer's going to be. Group 3 people. Currently, you may be going through a situation like where you have, between the beginning of the year and to now, you're kind of in a place where you just are, it's almost like you are shit or get off the pot. Like you have been through so much this year. I feel like for group 3 people, you guys have had a rude awakening where it's almost been like, okay, maybe everything was great, everything was perfect, and then maybe it was just a major standstill. Everything just stopped. Everything just stopped. And you have had a set of unfortunate like circumstances and situations that may have occurred that have created like a deep sorrow and unhappiness within yourself. Some of you guys may have endured some type of personal loss too as well. Maybe a family member, loved one, or it could be even like property or something that you had that you depended on. You have become, it's almost like you guys were in a situation probably previously where you had life. Everything was okay, everything was fine, and then life hit you, and then it's almost like you just went down a spiral maybe, or something had occurred where it's almost like everything was great, but then like this year it may have just like and you're like, what the fuck, like what's going on here? So if you're in group 3, you're probably in a state right now where you have been in a state where you're like almost like you have been maybe depressed. You probably have felt like, you know, like I feel like some of you guys have placed yourself in a sanctified victimhood. And what I call sanctified, the victimhood is those that they feel like they're doing everything right. They feel like they're good people. They feel like they have, why am I going through this? I'm a good person. I'm doing this, I'm doing that to help people. You may be a person that is always giving to other people, but yet you're going through this spiral, or you have been going through this spiral. But something inside of you is not getting it. It's almost like you're receiving partial lessons. So you're receiving a piece of the lesson, but not all of the lesson. And therefore, it's going to cause you, if you don't get the full lesson, it's going to cause you to have some more upheaval. All right, so if you're in group 3, you currently happen to going through this thing, it's been a true victimized thing, but you actually feel like a victim because you feel like you've been doing a lot of great things in life. You feel like you are in a good place. You feel like you have a good heart. You feel like you're doing great things. However, something inside of you is like, nope, something, no, it's not like what you think. And therefore you've been going through this place where it's like you've been in this place where it's like it's literally been in happiness. It's been a place of darkness, maybe, and again, maybe depression, and you definitely have lost some things. Or another thing that's coming up here too as well, or you may have been in positions where you thought you were losing something, but yet at the last minute you were saved. So you thought you were losing it. It appeared that you were losing something, but then at the last minute things came through. But it's still uneasy for you. And that's the energy that is coming in if that's your group currently. Now, between June 21st and September 23rd, here's what's going to happen for you guys. Okay. There is a health issue here. It's all in the heart. There's a health issue. Some of you guys are in a position where you're going to, if you have a pet or a child, because what's coming up is pet and children, or pet and youth. There's going to be some health issues. There's going to be a major issue if something's growing inside of either your pet or someone that you love dearly connected to you that is a child. Even some of you guys may even be pregnant, and it's something going on inside of you where your child is not okay. So it's either a pet, a beloved family member that lives in a household, or someone that's youthful that you're connected to that's developing a sickness. I'm telling you, this is a warning. This is a warning. It's in alignment with this is a warning. If it is not dealt with now, it will grow into a place where this summer you will possibly, and I hate to say this, maybe lose either a pet or someone that is in a younger age or vibration that is developing an illness now that's being unseen and not being dealt with. And it's going to be at a point where there's nothing you can do about it. And you could possibly lose someone dear to you, or a pet or a family member that is younger, and possibly even is actually going into like the womb of the womb, which is reproduction, which is this is children. Okay, this is a child or someone that is youthful, that's of youth. And that's coming up very strongly for group 3 people. It's very imperative that you check. Again, this is a health warning. It's a health warning. And it's somebody that, or something, or a pet that's very dear to you. They have to be seen as soon as possible. Because again, there's still a window of opportunity for them to be okay. But if it's not caught, there'll be nothing you can do about it. And they'll have to go through whatever they have to go through. Okay, that was pretty deep. Also here, I'm also seeing here for group 3 people, something's going to occur this summer where you're going to be forced into being determined. You're going to feel very determined. You're going to be like, you know what, I have no choice but to move forward, but you're going to go hard. You're going to go hard. So something's going to happen through perseverance, where it's like literally where it's almost like, okay, I'm at my weakest point here. I have to be great. I have to move forward. I have to do this thing, but it's going to be due to something that's going to occur this summer that's going to fucking force you. Like, it's not even like you don't even have an option anymore. It's either you're going to like kill yourself or you're going to move forward. And I hate to say it that way, but it's almost like, it's like some of you guys are in such a place right now, or will be in a place due to something that will happen where you're going to be like, okay, well, I have no choice but to just allow myself to sink or to grow and move forward. And it's so unfortunate that you've been placed, like it's like you've been forced into the situation, but you're not moving on your own. Group 3 people, you're not moving on your own. You're very stagnant. You're slow moving. You're making excuses. It's everybody else. It's everything else. I'll do it later. Procrastination. You guys are group 3 are procrastinators. You guys procrastinate out your ass, and it's going to catch up with you this summer. It's going to. But what Spirit is saying though is that if you get it, if you learn, if you tap in, if you learn the lesson, it's the brighter side of this. If you get through this and understand and get your lesson. I can't even say that. No, that's a lie. Because what Spirit's saying for you guys in group 3 is that basically you may obtain what it is that you're looking for, but you're not going to be satisfied. There's going to be something missing, which is going to develop into a new lesson. So Spirit is saying that you guys are going to actually get something that you've been manifesting through this dark time. However, it may not be, it could be an inheritance. It can be, I don't know. It's not coming up as to what it might be, but something is going to come through for you. But then when you get it, it's going to be like, okay, you're still going to be unhappy. You're still going to be lost. It's like you'll get what you want, but you'll still be seeking something more. You won't be satisfied. In group 3, you guys are not satisfied people. You guys are people that are just like, okay, I have this. I'm blessed in this area. I have this and that, but yet I want more. I need more. I have to have more. But it won't be enough. Hope you guys, I pray you guys get the lesson. I really do. Hopefully. Okay. Group 4 people, current situation with you guys. Between the beginning of January, all the way up until now, you guys may have you may even be homeless. There's a loss here. You lost something big and major. It was either a relationship, so it can be like a divorce or major separation. You lost something dear, like it was security. So it was either like a marriage, a relationship. Again, it might be divorce, separation. You may have even lost someone actually physically, a loss, like a physical loss, like a death, a major death that has really affected you tremendously. For other you guys, it may again be like a home that you lost, or a job, a career, a business. You lost something major that you held on to that was very important to you between January 1st and now, which is June 20th, 2019. And you're in a place where you're trying to rebuild yourself. You're trying to pick up the pieces and put it back together. In most cases, some of you guys are still in that state where you're still like, why this happened? And you can't seem to get out of it. But you lost something major, or someone major that was a very strong influence in your life. So that's what has been happening with you, and you've been trying to put your pieces back together in current energy. Okay. In group 4, between the 21st of June and September 23rd, it looks like you guys are in a place, it's like you're so defensive. It's a defensive type of state right now. You're very defensive. You're not, and I think, and I rarely talk about this. I rarely even say this, but some of you guys have developed a mental illness. There's mental illness here where you've developed a deep type of like delusional type of state where you literally, I just put up a post on my Facebook about this, where some people lie and they know they're lying, but other people lie and start to believe their lies and become like delusional. And some of you guys in group 4 have become literally delusional, where you're living a straight up false as reality. Whatever you've made up in your mind is not accurate. That's not what's real. And you made that up. And so you've become very paranoid. You've also, which I understand based off of your year, how your year has started up until now, I can understand and I get it. But some of you guys have literally become in a state where like you're living by so many different lies. It's almost like it's unreal. Like you've created a state of delusion. And so you're very paranoid right now. You're creating problems that don't exist. And right now you might be pretty isolated. I don't think right now you guys have a lot of people around, a lot of friends or family. I think you kind of like maybe kind of push people away, or just have isolated yourself. But it's like it's a hope. There's a lot of separation with you due to your reality being distorted and things that are misunderstood. It's like lack of communication, issues with communication and misunderstandings of like verbal abuse. Like things have been said that are not probably really meant, but yet they're still said because you are another person in your life. They're just in this state. And again, with all of these readings, it can be you or the other person, but I just feel like if you're in group 2, it's more you. You guys have such a great story. My God. If you guys only knew, you guys have such a great story here. It's such a great testimony. If you can just come out of this, if you can just manage to come out of this state of illusion, loss, and depression, if you can come out of this state, your story is going to make you so famous. If you're in group 4, you have a path of being famous, of being very well known in this world, in this community. If you can come out of this state, if you can just come out of the state, you will find great success through your achievements, your lessons, what you've been through, your story, your testimony. And that's all that keeps coming up for you guys. It's like, it's literally like you just literally have to find a way out. Find your light. Find your light. Grab onto that rope and keep climbing. Keep climbing, because you guys have a great story. You guys have like this year has been a literal hell. Capital H, capital E, capital was it double hockey sticks? W, like double L. Like you guys have been through a literal hell from the beginning of this year into now. Probably starting November of last year into now. You've been through a literal hell, a literal hell. And spirit is like, dude, this is your stage. This is, I need you to come out of this. We need you to survive. I keep hearing that Fred Hammond song, I need you to survive. I think that's Fred Hammond. But I need you to survive because you have such a great purpose. You are definitely healers, but you have to find that light and come out of it, because a lot of you guys are sinking. I feel like a lot of people that are in group 2, which is surprising to me, because group 2 people seem like they really have had it going on. Oh no, I get it now. So if you've been financially okay, because group 2 people have been good, they've been cool, like they haven't had any issues, but yet they have something that's coming up that's going to stop that. If they're in that group. In group 4 people, like, you guys are the ones that concern me the most out of all of the groups. I just need you to survive because you have such a great testimony, a great story. I need you to survive. And that's all I have to say for, yeah, I need you to survive. That's it.